New videos every day.
Hello everybody, this is Dr. Echols, and we're going to be doing a little video series on some different kinds of adjustments that you might experience when you go to the chiropractor. This video is going to be on specifically a technique called flexion distraction. And this technique is really good for people who are having lower back pain and specifically disc problems in the back. And I'm going to show you a skeleton here in just a second that kind of shows you some of the structures in the back and what can go wrong with them and some of the things that it can cause. Okay, let's start off with just a little of the basic anatomy about a lower back. The lower back normally consists of about 5 of these bones. We call them vertebrae. This is the 5th lumbar vertebra, 4, 3, 2, and 1 that come up. Sometimes people have an extra one in there, 6 or maybe 4, but generally it's about 5. The lower back, the bones are separated by these little discs, we call them. And the discs are made out of cartilage, and in the middle of that disc there's kind of a more of a liquidy kind of a material there. It's called the nucleus pulposus. And these act like little springs or little shock absorbers in the spine that absorb shock and weight. Now, the spine, if you're looking at it from the front like this, should be straight, up and down. Sometimes people have conditions in their spine called scoliosis, which take the spine and they bend it to the side, and then it tries to curve back on itself so the person is straight. Other times, if you notice that if you turn the spine to the side, there is a normal curvature. This is called a lordosis in the spine. This is real important because it acts like a spring as well. It absorbs that shock in there. Sometimes we run across people who've lost all this lordosis and their spine is real straight like this, or sometimes it's even curved in the wrong direction. This is not an optimal situation because there's no place for the shock or the stress to go in the spine. That needs to be in there like that. That curve needs to be in there. Sometimes that curve can get too much in there. It can get like this. And that overloads these joints in the back, and people can end up having a really dull, achy lower back pain. These little structures in the back are called facets, and they're where the joints come together. And those are rich in nerve endings there. And if there's too much pressure on there, that can really start to cause some lower back problems. This table that we're going to show the adjustment on is perfect for these kind of problems because when the person is laying down like this, it's going to open up those joints and it's going to flex that spine like this and get that spine working again. Sometimes, if the vertebra's been out of place for too long or the trauma has been too severe, the little disc will actually bulge out or herniate. Everybody's pretty much heard of a bulging disc or a herniated disc. That's what this is like. And have you ever seen a football that got hit too hard and now it's bulging out? That's what this is. And that bulge can put pressure on the nerves that come off of the spinal cord. And these nerves will go not only down the legs and all the way into the feet, but they also go to the different organs as well. These kind of problems can lead to impotence. They can lead to bladder problems, bowel problems. They can also cause pain to radiate down into the leg, which we normally call sciatica. The table that I'm going to demonstrate is really useful for all of these conditions. So we have Miss Karina, she's on the table here, and I like to get right on the spine itself. Now if you visualize the spine like we had it earlier, here's her hip bones, and then the 5th lumbar vertebra, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, goes up through the back this way. And the little discs lay in here like this, up and down throughout the spine. So when this table is specially designed to put the spine into flexion and distraction, which means it kind of pulls the spine out a little bit. And believe me, when you have a pinched nerve or jammed bones here in the back, it can be very helpful in relieving a lot of pain and discomfort. So we're going to get right in on that vertebra there, and then as I hold this here, we just put a little light stretch in the lower back. And Karina can feel that stretching in there. And then we'll come up and we'll repeat that process. And we'll come back up. We'll hold it for just a few seconds and then we'll come back up. Now when I'm doing this, I'm actually putting the spine through the normal physiological range of motion, We're stretching those muscles, those ligaments. We're also helping that disc to pull more fluid into it, which can be very helpful because they get kind of dry and desiccated over the years. And this is very good for helping reposition those discs and taking that pain and swelling out of there. This is a great alternative to surgery. If we can catch it soon enough, there's oftentimes we can help prevent the person from having to have a surgical procedure. There are times when surgery is really one of your only options, but it should be considered very carefully because once you have the surgery, you're kind of stuck with the results that you're going to get, either good or bad. All right, Miss Karina can really feel that in there. That's stretching in there. And oftentimes when the person gets up, they'll have some immediate relief from this. So this is called flexion distraction. Very good for lower back disorders, disc disorders, sciatic pain. Very good. We've demonstrated what a flexion distraction adjustment looks like. These adjustments are wonderful for lower back pain, for herniated disc disorders, for sciatic, those kind of problems. And this was Karina's first time to get one. So Karina, while you were laying there and getting the adjustment, was that at all painful or how did it feel?
Definitely was not painful. It actually felt fantastic and it almost put me to sleep.
Yeah, we had to rouse her. She's just about asleep there. Hope this has been helpful to you. Visit my website at jeffells.com and feel free to call me or email me with any questions that you have. Thank you.
If you liked this video, we have hundreds of more alternative videos ranging from sexual health to psychology to mind control. So if you liked it, go ahead and click on me to enter the Psychetruth channel.